Why, hello, hello, hello. I'm No02. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it. If you watched my walkthrough for Garden Party, which, man, you should have, right? I had a little revelation about Molotovs on that map. Molotovs and pipe bombs accomplish the same thing. The only difference is that Molotovs need a doorway, a hallway, a tight, confined choke point in order for the Molotov to then provide the crowd control. Circumstantial. Circumstantial. Pipe bomb you can just throw whenever you feel like it, right? If we think about Garden Party, we have the maze at the end, right? It's just one long hallway, right? One super long hallway in theory. A windy hallway. Great place for us to molly off when hordes are coming, when bad things are happening. And not only that, with Pyro, we can heal a bunch and essentially just brute force our way through the maze if we have to, even if it's just a matter of just having enough health to get to the end, right? Enough health to endure enough punishment to get to the end. But even before the maze, there's the infested greenhouse. Scaffolding up top. Again, it's all just hallways. Everything's a hallway. What is life but just one long hallway, right? Anyways. So this is the Highwayman deck for Act 3. And I'm not gonna lie with you guys, other than other than Blazing Trails, Garden Party, and Road to Hell, almost all of the other maps are not super duper great for Molotovs. Making the grades fine as well, I guess. There's a lot of places there that you can potentially get a use out of it. But just overall, in general, the fact that we have a grenade that's very circumstantial, essentially like pipe bombs are just going to be more reliable, grenades more reliable. But I think of all the acts potentially, this is the act where you can figure it out and get some good, really good value out of the Molotovs here. A couple of things to go over before I start just going through the deck here. I think a lot of other Pyro Highwayman decks that I saw would run ammo stash, right? They would run this card, and then you get a Tech 9 for your sidearm, and then they would just unload, right, and kill zombies. The weird thing about this, though, is that if you're running a Glock or a Tech 9, which allows you to trigger Highwayman, because Highwayman is when your secondary weapon kills a zombie, you get a 3% chance for the thing to happen. The circumstance in which you want to use the Molotov ends up being the same circumstance that you want to use your sidearm, right? The Tech 9 Glock Auto excel in the horde state, right? They excel when you're in that choke point and you're just unloading into a horde of zombies. That's also the time that we want to use a Molotov, and so it just seems strange to me to double down in that particular element here. Just because now we have to run an extra card to compensate for just being the guy who's trying to LMG his way through a horde, but we have a Tech 9 to deal with instead. So with this deck in particular, we're going to be running an AR as our primary, and with Shredder. For your secondary, I would actually recommend that you don't use a Glock Auto or a Tech 9. Use an ammo efficient weapon. Use either the Hoffman pistol, the M1 whatever 987-65309 pistol or whatever. If you're super duper conservative with your ammo, you can use like the Magnum potentially. But the point is, we'll use our primary weapon to help kill mutations and provide crowd control when we need it, and a Molotov to compensate when needed. But during the neutral state, when we're just going from point A to point B, killing random zombies in our way, make sure that you're the person in front, one-tapping zombies in the head with your convenient pistol. And that's when you're going to be reloading your Molotovs. You'll burn the Molotovs during horde events, you reload in between those horde events. That's the idea that we're approaching it here, right? Because otherwise, it just seems strange to me that you're doubling down on having two cards that excel in exactly the same situation. You can't do both at the same time because they defeat each other. It's a redundancy that It's a redundancy that makes itself redundant. Is that a thing? Anyways, hazard pay. If you're playing with friends, you replace hazard pay with share the wealth, right? But in solo queue, I like hazard pay because I'd rather invest an extra 150 copper in myself than invest 300 copper in teammates who are um, struggling to be better than bots. You know what I mean? Double grenade pouch because we need all the Molotovs. Highwayman because that's what we're doing. We're highwaymen now, or highway women. We always appreciate our highway women as well to do the thing. So basically, we're looking for a good pistol. And I love Hoffman. Hoffman's my favorite character, so like Hoffman seems like a great character to run with this deck. But you don't have to. Run whoever you want. Cross trainers and superior cardio. And you're going to see here in this deck, especially compared to my solo queue deck for Act 3, we're cutting almost all the corners as far as dealing with movement speed. We have the bare bones cross trainer superior cardio. We don't need to run. We'll just light it on fire and we'll watch the glow. Now we get Pyro, though, going into blazing trails. We're using Molotovs. Why don't we have Pyro on a further afield? Further afield is like the worst map in the world for Molotovs. The only place on like almost all of that map that you can really get full value out of a Molotov is in the house. And it's like, other than that, it's just like you're getting into weird corners and you're throwing a Molotov down, and there's really no good opportunity to choke point up the zombies, and they're running from huge distances and they're sprinting all over the place. It's like Molotovs just don't end up working very well on further afield. Not a great map for it, so let's not even worry about it. Let's not invest more into a setup that's not going to provide anything for us quite yet, right? We'll get Pyro on blazing trails. But at least then we have the bridge in the middle of the burning forest. Not that first bridge you encounter over the river. The bridge where everything's on fire around you. That's a great holdout point that I think I didn't talk about a whole lot in the walkthrough, because it's just 2 entrances, and so you can just molly off one of those entrances. But then you also have the bathrooms, and then you also have the picnic grounds, the one picnic area that has like barbed wire around it. The Molotov covers about like half of the opening. So it's not great, but still usable. And then you have the Molotov for the bathroom holdout at the swimming pool, the infested swimming pool. So more opportunities for us to potentially get value out of Pyro. We mostly care about the health, so basically you're just sort of using it when you need to heal, ideally. Works best in a team scenario because you want to communicate with your teammates, hey, I'm going to molly this door off for this horde event. Please don't shoot the zombies when they're on fire because I need them to heal. Anyways, that's it. We have the Pyro, the combination has been completed here. What do we fill it in with? We're using an AR. Combat training to help deal with stingers. I think combat training is a great card. The bullet stumble on a full auto weapon can be really, really, really nice. It can really help compensate. If you get an upgraded weapon or like green stumble ammo, combat training will take you like to the next step up as far as like squeezing out, being able to stumble all of the stinger variants, maybe the exploder, the reeker, things like that. Sort of puts you in that realm of being able to stumble those things, rather at least contribute a significant amount to that with just an AR and not needing to run like a sniper rifle or a shotgun to do big stumble. Cold brew coffee, because I think this is one of the best cards in the game now. It's good in literally every deck, no matter what. For just the extra reload speed, swapping around, all that stuff, it helps with literally everything. And then we get Shredder. Card 9 is T5, and we'll be using the Molotovs to kill zombies, but when you're playing T5, killing the zombies isn't really the big deal, right? Because you're at the staircase, we have the choke point. Killing the zombies that's the easy part. Killing the mutations is the hard part. And so we have this really nice luxury of potentially mollying the front door when you see a tall boy coming in. See a big, scary tall boy coming in. Molly at the front door. Maybe as deep, maybe just a little bit in front of it, right? The sooner you get the tall boy on fire, the better. Molly the front door. Then we start shooting the tall boy with our AR, activating our shredder. Shredder not only applies to our bullets, our teammates' bullets, but also increases the damage of the Molotov, which the Molotov's not doing a like big numbers per second sort of thing. I think it's doing 10 plus 100% for 20 points of damage a second plus an extra 15%. I think it is multiplicative, but it's not huge. But it all sort of adds up with the Pyro, the Shredder, you shooting it, a teammate shooting it. You'll be surprised at how quickly you can actually kill some tall boys, especially when the tall boy needs to walk all the way up a staircase to get you. Things like that. So Shredder is basically trying to allow us to turn our Molotovs into opportunities to kill tall boys on the mission where dealing with the Horde's easy. Killing the mutations is the problem. And that's about it. And then we get tactical vest, and we just round out the, bang for our buck ammo, AR damage. Not the best we can do as far as 2 cards go. A nice little combination for AR support damage and things like that. Now we have support scavenger though for making the grade. I think that this is a potentially really good map for support scavenger. Let me know what you think if you've been running support scavenger on making the grade. I've been finding lots and lots of bandages. Lots of bandages. Seems like literally every classroom that you're going into has a 2 or 3 potential support spawns, as far as I can tell, with a lot of them being band-aids. And so I think support scavenger can be a really nice card for this map. Notice we don't have any extra pockets for our support slot. We're sort of relying on Pyro and having infinite Molotovs to heal ourselves. But then we can still support the team, use our pain pills, find some more, things like that. Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole for Road to Hell. Now this is a really, really nice map for Molotovs right at the end. Because once you're in that series of hitting the buttons and you have to run through the gates, once you get to a button, you hit the button, right? The second button or the third button, right? The Horde's already chasing you. Get to the button, you hit the button, you turn around, you can molly on the ground, and then you don't have to worry about zombies. You just all 4 players are focusing in on the mutations that are chasing after you. And then plus the fire in the hole will hopefully give you extra health to deal with it. We don't care a whole lot about the movement speed, not yet at least. We do care about the movement speed though for the body dump. So fire in the hole is a really nice preparation for that map. Keep in mind, right, now we're at the body dump, Run Like Hell. Great map for Run Like Hell. There's a lot of opportunity to never take damage because the arena is so big. But fire in the hole on the body dump is also really, really good because T5 grenades. In fact, once you get to body dump, I would say ditch the Molotovs. Don't worry about them. Pick up the T5 grenades. You're the T5 grenade guy. Every time you throw a T5 grenade, get 20 points of health and 20% movement speed. And there's like a gazillion grenades in that arena. Awesome. And we even have cold brew coffee to help us open up grenade crates even faster. Oh my goodness, it's all come together. But now with potentially infinite Molotovs with Highwayman, all the T5 grenades, like Fire in the Hole is a really, really, really nice card, I think, to pick up just around the body dump map because the T5 grenades trigger Fire in the Hole. You end up dying, extra grenade pouch to hold more nonsense, and then Hellfire. You end up dying. Where you end up dying is trying to shoot the nests while being chased, right? So when you're shooting the nest, you're ADSing, or maybe you're close enough to shoot it with your hip fire. Either way, you're probably moving and shooting at the same time. Hellfire is going to help take that edge off of allowing you to just get enough time to shoot and move, getting just far enough away from the things chasing you, killing it, and then you can start sprinting again. And Hellfire will really help being able to shoot and be on the move at the same time. Same thing with the Ogre. Sometimes if you don't have enough grenades, you weren't able to kill it initially, you're basically going to be running around body dump, shooting the Ogre from a safe distance, essentially, and Hellfire will just help you stay ahead of the Horde while you're also shooting. So that's the deck. We have sort of Pyro and Highwayman to help prepare us for Garden Party and T5. It comes into play really nicely again at Road to Hell. But then we have like Shredder, Tactical Vest, Cold Brew Coffee, Combat Training, Support Scavenger to sort of fill in the gap, essentially, between like T5 and Road to Hell and things like that. As well as able to deal with Stingers really nicely and stuff. So Pyro, Highwayman for the holdout points. These other like 5 cards to support us during the general missions or whatever. Combat Training to Support Scavenger. Really nice cards just all around to help us do other things that doesn't involve throwing a grenade. And then we just prepare for Body Dump again, find the hole, run like hell. Some extra stuff if we need it. Thank you guys for watching, I appreciate it. Let me know if you use this deck. Let me know if you use it. And if it's fun or not. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the future.